Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another thoughts on this. So we're not doing a type of another 200, no, not 200, 2000 subscribers special part two. No, I'm not gonna do that. Um I'll be doing my thoughts on why Abidtale is canceled. So here we go. It all started me when I created this after I graduated Westham Acamedy, and it started in June of 2020 last year, I suppose. So it's been 1 year, and I decided to make design the characters and have Ashley Katz do the Monica voice and let Cubby Johnson to do the actual so Joshua Pentamental as So Sorry voice. And it turned out really well. It turned out really well, like it's supposed to. It's not that like I have any like sugar coated on those voices. And I won't sugarcoat it, by the way. I won't sugarcoat it, as a matter of fact. So, anyway, let's get started with this. The game drove right here, as you can see. So, what I just saw is that. So, let's get started with this. So, this is Abidtale. As you can tell, it is made by me, Abid 2002 on Game Joel. Yeah. Now, this game concludes puzzle, strategy, adventure, platformer, text adventure, fan game, and RPG. So, it's a fan game of Undertale. So, that's why. This is a Undertale alternative. Okay. This is a Undertale alternate universe fan game made by me. And it's about me and Amrullah falling down to the underschool. Now, here's a early concept of how much I wrote this. It's like I wrote like it's about me and my brother Amrullah falling down to cave. In the early concept when I write this on last year, but I cut the cave out and then put underschool because that'll be a early concept of that. So that's just the early concept of why me and my brother fell down to the cave. Man, I know that I know that makes kind of confusing for students to remember, and I know. It's just like the the amount of story you have written in there, like for example, like Undertale or Deltron or Overtime or Around the Clock at the Bikini Bottom or Mr. House Playhouse 2, Ice Cream, or such more on that goes on. And it never stops. Like honestly, and I know the story ends a little bit at Under Games, but other games it doesn't end. For example, like Ice Cream 4, where they're still in Rod's factory a little bit, or let's just say in like one of those games you had Deltron Chapter 1, but it's not the end of that because Deltron Chapter 2 is gonna come out before it. So yeah, that's why it's gonna come out in this June or July, the two middle months, should I said. So yeah. No, so a story about me and my brother Amrullah falling down to underschool is that we fell after we saw the underschool, and I thought that why not make this a perfect for an underschool? So me and my brother Amrullah just decided to make the underschool and decide to make about AF elementary school, AF middle school, AF high school, and then Westham Acamedy, and yeah, that's it. So that's why we me and my brother built this place for, I don't know how long it's been, but it's like 10 years after 2003X right there. So that's the point of why me and my brother like fell down the underschool and tried to build that place after 10 years, and man, it was rough. And before that, the war started before, and before me and my brother fell down the underschool and not create this. Before that, students fighting members. Students fighting members. That's why students have fight members before in history. And that's why students like steal the members. Not students doesn't steal the members. What am I saying? Members steal the students with a subject spell on them, and that's why students are trapped in the underschool. And before that, it was just after the incident of me and my brother Amrullah falling down to the underschool and trying to rebuild this place for the kids and teens and adults too, by the way, don't forget. So here's a story of why I make this. So this is a long thing. So here we go. In 2003X, AF students and members had a war each other. After that, the members trapped the AF students in the underschool and used a subject spell on them. Christopher Obando fell into underschool and thought that it was a science for working the subjects, but he failed, and he hired a new one, which is called Christopher Chimento, the second scientist. So me and my brother is not the first one who fell down there. It was Christopher Obando who fell down there. And after that, Christopher Chimento is like is not the one who fell down there. He was actually in the war between the members. So that's why she actually become the second scientist, by the way, to work on the subjects, but the students and the teachers are willing to have determination in education so that the teachers and the students become stronger. On and then before that, Monika fell into the underschool. Now, Monika is the second one that fell into the underschool before me and my brother Amrullah. And before she had a bump in her head, she cried out loud, and then Jason Alvarez come to arrive to see what happened to her. He carried her body to pre-K, and Monika and Jason become friends with each other. And after that, Abid and his brother Amrullah fell down into the underschool. So that's why me and my brother fell down the last ones. So we're the last ones that fell down. Notice despite that this place is already AF too, but the brothers are living happily in the underschool. So that's why me and my brother actually built underschool, because the actual place of that is kind of old and dusty, so we tried to rebuild that in after 10 years until election day. It still has started, by the way, so yeah. Election day has started between Abid and Monika, but many students decide to choose Monika more than Abid. So Abid becomes the vice president and Monika becomes the president, or the class president, by the way. And when Abid sees that Monika kills the kids, he calls out to Dr. Fane and then said she was a murderer. Now, if you know who Dr. Lance Fane is, or Dr. Fane is, he is King Asgore, by the way. He was King Asgore from Undertale. So that Dr. Fane replaces Monika with Abid, the class president, because the students know that Abid is a true leader and respectful person. He was, but Monika was cross with Abid, and she gave me a big wallop. That's not a sentence that I used for years. No, like a wallop is like kind of a reference to Cuphead. If you like see the screen kind of says like wallop right there, that's why it's a reference to Cuphead. Like when you like start to boss, like we actually had to like fight a boss fight, by the way. That's why this one calls that. So but Abid missed her attack and said to her, be respectful. But he said, but Monika never listened to Abid, but she hates him, and so does Jason. He hates Abid the most out of them all. Well, guess what, Jason? Why have been rude to me in the first place? Actually, Jason in real life, Jason Alvarez won't be rude to me in real life. Jason Alvarez won't be rude to me in real life. Like, what happens if I turn this into a fan game? What happens when this opposite of Jason Alvarez getting cross at me? And what if Jason Alvarez tried to be rude to me? That's why this is a actual opposite fan game. So that's why it's like a opposite. So in real life, Jason Alvarez never hates me, by the way. He never hates me. So, but in this fan game, he hates me the most in Abidtale. So that's actually why. So that's like this game is like actually opposite. So, and yeah. Then Abid and Amrullah teleported to Christopher's lab, but Obando had new guns like Obando blasters, so he gave a bid, but not Amrullah. So they tried to kill Monika with the Obando blasters, and she died. And when Jason knew that, Abid and Obando killed her. He hated those two, so Abid and Obando decided to ignore Jason instead and went out to his lab, but Jason carried her body and left to the barrier. But when Sayori, Natsuki, and Yuri thought that he holds her body dead, the three girls attack, but Jason turned to an evil form into Jarek Candelaria. So that's why Jarek, after like Jason left and went a big smile on his face, he went back to pre-K and started to become evil form called Jarek Candelaria. And by the way, Jarek Candelaria is Flowey, and Jason is Azrael. To finally destroy the underschool, but he was a student, he cannot destroy the underschool. But when Dr. Fane carried the 6 subjects, if you know what the 6 subjects are, 1 is math, 2 is science, 3 is PE, 4 is IT, 5 is social studies, and 6 is reading. So that's why. Jerry realized that if he had 6 subjects, that he will turn a demonic himself and destroy the underschool. Now that is like a neutral route of the final boss called Photoshop Jared and a demonic himself trying to destroy Grace Manko as Frisk. Now, I'm not saying that Jared, Photoshop Jared, is the actually last boss, but no, he was not the last boss. He was the final boss of Neutral Routes, by the way. But Dr. Fane will let him, so he decided to put the 6 subjects into a cookie can of 6 of them, and Jared won't let them. So that's the end of the story of that. So yeah. Before me and Amrullah fell down, I know I was the 3rd one and he was the 4th one. And after that, Grace Manko was the 5th one, or the last one to fell down here. So yeah, here are the 3 main heroes. We got me, Abid Muhammad as Sans, but in a serious way, and Amrullah Muhammad as Papyrus, but in a silly way. So that's why Sans is a serious Sans it's a silly way. An Undertale and Papyrus is a serious way, but it's opposite. So I changed in a serious way of the fan game of this, and Amrullah changed in a silly way in the fan game of this. So that's why. But in real life, I do actually act serious. Sometimes like it's silly, act like a silly way, but it's 50-50. It's 50-50. So you can see me in real life that I'm 50-50, so almost. And Christopher Joseph Obando as WD Gaster. So that's why he is the actual secret route when you like go on a secret route if you want to hunt like for I like I said, like 3 keys for a time and open up and go back and forward from the actual is it like the AF middle school? Yeah, it's the AF middle school where you have to turn back and forth, and then when there's a door there, you unlock 3 keys and go on. So and then you'll battle Obando from the secret route. So that's why. In a playable character, you play as Grace Manko as Frisk. Now, to be honest, she is one of my friends from Westham Acamedy. I know Grace is not like that best eater, but seeing her being nice, it's really amazing. So I love her. We got the major characters. We got Jared Candelori as Flowey, Miss Feltman as Toriel, Ephraim Babishkin as Napsablook, Jamie Baker as Monster Kid, Roxanne as Temmie, Victor Pedresso as Aaron, Skylar Tozar as Snowdrake, Yukimi as the Snowden shopkeeper, Sarah Hannah is the Undying, or the Undying from the Genocide form, Christopher Chimento as Alphys, Rashana Dennis as Meton BTT EX and NEO from the Genocide form, Lindsay Marknick as Muffet, Joshua Timento as So Sorry, Elijah Sabran as RG1, Jason Chefs as RG2, Alexandra Oliveira as Shiren, Christian Moreno. God, I cannot. It's been a while. Christian Moreno as Mad Dummy, and Christian Hire as Glad Dummy. Gabriel Davila as Burger Pants. Caitlin Fogg as Caddy, and Natalia Hayes as Braddy. Dr. Lance Fane as King Asgar. The kids as Amalgamates. Jason Alvarez as Azrael Dreamer, and Monika is Kara. Now this is why I wrote this here. So it can just like let you all know that the characters from Westham Academy students in Doki Doki Literature Club. Now that's only one member, and that is Monika, because Monika is only the one who is like a member. So and Sayori, Natsuki, and Yuri both live in the actual village of the members. So that's why they both live in the actual village of the members. So that's why. This is a Undertale fangame, but stories between students and members. That's why students are fighting with members. And members want, so they trap students in with a magic, no, not a magic spell, subject spell. So that's why. So yeah, and I was a story, the ideas, the coding, the voice acting, and the character designer. So if you don't know what character I'm designing, that is literally Grace Manko. So I'm gonna show you. Now this is Grace Manko sprite. So this one actually had some futures about me having the ideas with her. So that's why. And to be honest, I love designing her, honestly, because like she reminds me of Grace Manko in real life, honestly, and I love it so much because not only that is because I actually love creating her as a Frisk character, the main character that you play from Abidtale. So that's how basically how it's done. So regarding on my game being a long enough, Abidtale has become kinda longer in a bit away because I actually decided to cancel this right now, and here I am making a vlog canceling it because it's so hard to make games, especially Five Nights at Gumballs and Five Nights at Grizzlies too, because those games that have games, FNAF as usual, like got me like a little bit tired, just like the Next Genius was, just like the Cyber Channel was. I like never had motivation to not like keep like doing that because like when you have actually have games, like when you create games when you're like this close to getting this hard by far, you actually decide to quit them because you're like not even like remembering what you actually doing right now, because like I actually like add the ruins as the actual pre-K, and it's become like a little bit tougher to me to do. So the actual map of that is just pretty not the best way to do. So that's why it's not the best way to do so. And I cannot like thank enough for people, because like not only does it has some more potential on it, because like I have literally had documents of voice acting, so of Abidtale, by the way. So let's listen to them. Now here is Monika's voice from this. So let's put some headphones and let's get cracking, because Ashley or Ashley Katz or Ennard was voice acted the character from the genocide ending called Monika as Kara. So let's listen.
Greetings, I am Monika. Thank you. Your power awakened me from death. My human soul, my education, they were not but yours. At first, I was so confused. Our plan had failed, hadn't it? Why was I brought back to life? You, with your guidance, I realized the purpose of my reincarnation. Power together, we eradicated enemy and became strong. HP, attack, gold, SP, and level. Every time a number increased. That feeling, that's me, Monika. Now we have reached the absolute. There is nothing left for us here. Let us erase this pointless world and move on to the next. Right? You're a great partner. We'll be together forever. Won't we? No. How curious. You must have misunderstood. Since when were you the one in control?
That was spot on. Ennard or Ashley, if you're listening to this, great job. Here is Joshua's voice as So Sorry, voice acted by Cubby 2002. So with the text box. So let's listen. That's his voice, by the way. Now, I kind of like it, but like to be honest, like the like that could be a little better. It could be a little better, but nice try, Cody 2002. Nice try. So yeah, that's gonna do it for my thoughts on why Abidtale is canceled. Yeah. Here we go. And actually after Abidtale, like I actually made the actual 10 a.m. at Books and Books but it was like canceled from my idea, so that's why. And yeah, that's all it from what I say from this. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you all enjoyed this, please leave a like or please leave a dislike. If you enjoy my content, please hit the subscribe button. Until next time, peace out. Bye!